Hi, this is Carolyn from CC Yoga Lattes, and this is a short class to help you de-stress. Start by closing your eyes. And just allow yourself to align the posture by using the breath. Inhale to create space between each of the vertebrae. Expand the shoulders side to side, so widening the collarbones. And exhale to keep length in the spine, drawing the navel in towards the spine. Inhale, align the ears over the shoulders without lifting the chin. And exhale, align the shoulders over the hips. Inhale, feel the balance of weight from right sit bone to left sit bone. And exhale to maintain the length in the spine as you allow the shoulders to release away from the ears. Bottom ribs slightly draw in. You can slightly constrict the back of the throat to start practicing Ujjayi breathing. Adding a friction or energy to the breath to help warm the body. And you can use the sound of your own breath as an internal mantra to help you to stay focused and centered. Sounds like the sound of the ocean. Inhale to grow a little bit taller, and exhale to ground and center. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, bring your hands together in front of the heart and bow your chin to your chest. So setting our intention to use the breath as a reminder, with each exhale, letting go of what doesn't serve us. And with each inhale, creating space to follow our truth. Begin to blink the eyes open, taking in the tips of the fingers, and slowly taking in the room. We'll start by circling the arms around and up. Exhale, make a diamond shape and just wash. Imagine you're pressing energy through that central energy channel. Spin the elbows and the palms out, reach out and then up, and exhale. Beginning to feel the energy in the palms of your hands. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. This time, clasp the hands over your head or just stretch the arms straight up. And inhale, length from the top of the hips to the bottom ribs. Inhale again, bottom ribs to the armpit chest. Keeping the neck soft here. And then exhale, release. Again, building strength by keeping the length in the spine, drawing the navel in. Take the right hand up and over. Big inhale, stretch. And exhale, come back to center. Take the left hand up and over. Big inhale and stretch. And exhale, come back to center. Let's add Do this one more time, adding a neck stretch. Inhale, reach the right hand up and over, rooting down through the right sit bone, and then let the right hand rest gently on the left side of the head. Inhale, lengthen the body, center, and exhale, release. Let the head just hang heavily. I'm not pulling, I'm just letting the hand rest here and thinking about that space from the ear to the top of the shoulder. And then walk your hands to the base of the skull, looking down towards the right thigh. Lengthen the always tight upper trapezius muscle by tucking the chin in towards the throat. And again, letting the head just drop here. Use your right hand to bring the head back to center. Realign. So the top two vertebrae of the neck, we slide up and back. Let's roll the shoulders between sides. And let's also change the cross of the legs. Big inhale. Stretch and lengthen. And exhale, release. Inhale, stretch the right hand up and over. And exhale, come back to center. As you reach the left hand up and over, root through the left sit bone. Stretch long through both sides of the waist. Pull the ribs in, bottom ribs especially. And then we'll let the left hand rest on the right side of the head, stretching the right side of the neck and top of the shoulder. Hold and breathe. Again, thinking of that exhale as the opportunity to let go. With awareness, we can start to soften any tension in the muscle. Release the gripping. Walk your hands to the base of the skull and look down towards the left thigh, breathing into the back of the neck, the upper trapezius. Hold and breathe. Good. And then use the head and to bring the head back to center, realign the cervical spine. Hands to the knees. And let's draw some nice, easy circles. My dog Bailey is sleeping over here. If you have any problems with your knees, you can take a sock and put it underneath that ankle to help keep the angles in your knee proper. Let's walk the hands forward, keep the shoulders back, stretch through the hips while rooting down through your sit bones. And then walk your hands over towards the left side. Again, rooting that left sit bone down, reaching more through the right sit bone down as you reach through the right fingertips. Big breath in. Release the head. And we'll walk it back into center. Walk it back out towards your right side. So now we're rooting through the left sit bone and reaching through the left hand, like you're reaching up and out of that back left pocket to stretch the muscles in the back and the outside of the hip. And slowly walk yourself back to center. Roll the shoulders. And then inhale the shoulders up to the ears, squeeze away any tension. Let's exhale through the mouth. Like a big sigh. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Right, so let's just do a twist now. We're going to hug the right sit bone under the left and bring the left foot to the floor, Matsyasana. We want to take the left thumb and root down through the outer left hip. And we're going to twist here, pulling the left knee in towards the right shoulder, keeping the balance, the lift, always lengthening the spine as we twist. Very important. That left sit bone wants to come off the floor. You can use your hand. Once it's rooted down there, you can bring the left hand behind you to find a little bit more length in the spine and look behind you. With each inhale, find a little bit more length and space in the spine. And with each exhale, twist a little deeper, aligning. My ribs have a tendency to pop out, so I have to remind myself to drop those front ribs down and in. And gently unwind. A little stretch for the hips, walk the feet. If you can, they can stay right where they are. Keep the feet flexed. You can even press into the feet with your hands. And then gentle fold forward. You can walk the hands out in front of you. And just take a moment to stretch into the hips. Notice if the breath is still smooth and even. And notice in the different positions how it takes different shapes within the body. And walk your hands back in towards center. I'm going to bring my hands behind me, and from the head of the arm bone, externally rotate. So roll the shoulders back, lift the breastbone, take my feet as wide as the mat, and just windshield wipers the knees from side to side. Coming into table posture to stretch the bicep, the front of the shoulder. I like to turn my fingers slightly out. We're going to have the knees over the heels and the shoulders over the wrists. And press up into table. Inner thighs drop. You can let the head drop back, or neck problems, just keep the head lifted. And exhale. Since we're here, come into Dandasana. We'll get to the other side of our twist in just a moment. And just smooth the legs out. Bring the big toes together. Press them all the way so they're pushing into each other, and spread the toes wide. You can barely see my toes, but they're pushing together. Press the thighs down, lift. Inhale, stretch the arms up and overhead. And exhale. Feel free to put a bend in the knees if you have too much restriction in the hamstrings, so that you can reach wherever you can comfortably on the floor, maybe the big toes, and fold forward. Just want to gently come out of a stretch. Let's do the twist Matsyasana on the other side. Bring the left heel to the right sit bone, right foot to the floor. The whole foot should be on the floor, so not up on its side. Take the right thumb to the right hip crease and try to bring that hip to the floor. Good. We're going to pull the right knee in towards the left shoulder. Think about that length, maintaining the curves in the spine as you lengthen through the crown. Throat moves up and back. Forehead and chin stay level. People have a tendency to lift their chin, drop the chin. And then look over the right shoulder. And then gently unwind, come back to center. You can stay right here for your hip stretch, or you can walk the feet a little bit further away, coming into shoelace pose. Maybe the hands come to the floor, both sit bones remain on the floor, and walk yourself forward for a stretch. Make sure the feet stay active. And hold and breathe. Let your head sway a little bit from side to side, just rolling. But if anything feels uncomfortable, of course, leave that out. Hands behind you, externally rotate from the head of the arm bone, and sway the knees from side to side. Good. So let's come to hands and knees. And come through cat-cow, arching and flexing. Turn my mat this way. Sorry, Bailey. So arching, you can let the heart drop between the upper arm bones, and exhale, draw the navel in and up. Inhale, arch, and exhale, flex. Come back to neutral. Walk your hands a little bit further in front of you. Stretch the mat between your hands so the hands are pulling away from each other but rooted into the earth. You'll feel the action in your shoulder blades. And then draw back, pulling the belly in. Release the head completely. And inhale, come up. So we're working strength behind the shoulder blades and alignment. This time just release back to an easy child's pose. So arms are relaxed this time, forehead to the earth. And just feel the breath moving into the back body. And press up to hands and knees. Let's inhale, curl the toes. Going to press up to downward facing dog. Biceps spin forward. Ribs pull in towards the spine. Sit bones move way back. Bend the knees as much as you need to. We're focusing on the length of the spine. Take the right leg up towards the sky. Big step through. Lower the left knee. Come up to balance. Hands to the hips. Elbows back. Squeeze the left glute to open up the left front of the hip. Let's take the hands behind us and stretch through the chest. Continue the curve through the neck, upper shoulder, out through the ears. Lifting the belly, dropping the tail. On an exhale, release. Hands to frame the front foot. Chop my head off, I think. Slide the right foot forward. You might need blocks here. And fold over the leg. Just take a minute to hold and breathe. You can drag the right heel back. The right sit bone reaches back. Spread the toes. Bring the toes towards the knee. And then lift up. We'll stretch the IT band by turning the toes out so the pinky toe side of the foot is on the floor. And then stretch. Left hand reaches. Right sit bone pulls back. The right foot back. Come through cat-cow, arching. And exhale, let the head hang completely. Inhale, arch. This time curling the toes and sending the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky. And big step through between the hands. Lower the right knee. Find your steadiness. Try not to fall off my head. Find your steadiness by drawing the left heel down and back and the right knee forward. Lift the pelvic floor. Try to square off the hips. And start by bringing the elbows back. Squeeze the right side of the butt. Lift the heart. Good, and exhale. Hands to the floor. Left foot scooches forward. And fold over the leg. Dragging your left sitting bone back behind you to stretch the left hamstring. And then turning that left foot out to the side, I'm going to lay it down on its side. And then reach the right hand to the left corner of the mat. So I stretch the outside of the leg. Hold and breathe. Slide that leg back behind you. Take the left hand up towards the sky. Thread the needle. Bring that hand through. You're going to lay the left side of the head down on the floor. Turn this way. Left side of the head down on the floor. You can press the whole left back of the arm down on the floor as you breathe into the back of the shoulder blades, separating the space between the shoulder blades. And bringing it back to center. Come through cat-cow. Inhale. Big letting go. Exhale through the mouth. Back to neutral. Left hand to the sky. And thread the needle. Right hand to the sky, opposite hand. The right hand threads through. Also take a bind here. Make sure the hips draw back equally. Back to hands and knees. We'll finish off in child's pose. Allow the jaw to be soft. Feel the breath expanding through the back body. With each inhale, creating more space. And with each exhale, letting go. Namaste.